everybody. This is Felicia, and I am back with a layout using this collection that I got here, the Fernwood collection by Vicki Boutin. I'm in love with this collection. I am in love with all the colors. I just love the whole thing. I like all of the embellishments. This is something different. I really appreciate her coming out with something different like this, and I really adore her whole entire color pattern that she creates with her layouts. With her collections. And then some of the embellishments are also unique to this collection, and I really enjoy using this. I did 2 layouts with this collection. So the first one is the one you're going to see here today, and then the next one I'll probably put up in a couple days. But I'm starting out by going through this paper pad. I got the paper pad, I got the thickers, not the thickers, but because I have so many thickers, I just decided not to get the thickers, but I got like the word set here, the puffy word set, which I really enjoy using, by the way. So I am going to go ahead and get started with this. I am using one of the pattern papers here in the kit. I'm also going to be using the ephemera that you see there with the vellum and the other die cuts. I'm also going to be using some of the chipboard on this layout as well. All right, so you're going to watch me here. I hope this isn't boring to you, but I'm going ahead and I am flipping through the ephemera pack to try to figure out what I want to use here in this layout. And while you're watching me do that, I'm going to explain to you this photo that I am scrapbooking. Okay, so we're going to get into a little bit of technology here. So my daughters call me all the time. They live in 2 different areas. One lives about an hour away, and the other one lives about 6 hours away from me. And so we get on our phones, and we all have iPhones now because we didn't used to. My oldest daughter had an Android, a Samsung Galaxy, whatever that thing is. I hope there aren't any Galaxy Samsung users here, but I'm not a big fan of Samsung and their stuff. I know people say it's just like working on a mini computer compared to the iPhone, but I still do like the iPhone. I've been using iPhones for a while now. So we all got one now. So my oldest daughter was the last one to get one. So we decided we wanted to FaceTime. Well, unbeknownst to us, we know now, but this was before we did this particular talk. We do FaceTime with each other, all 3 of us at the same time. They didn't used to be able to do that, the iPhones, and so now they're able to do that. And because we all have the same phones, it's so much easier, and I love it. And the girls love it too. They actually do, because we get on there and it's the 3 of us and we just FaceTime each other. And sometimes we talk, sometimes we look at TV, sometimes we eat in front of each other, and we just kind of do whatever just to have that time, because everybody lives so far apart. So an hour is not that far, but it is when you are here, when it's in the Bay Area, because the Bay Area here, if anybody has lived in California or have traveled in California or have visited California, from Sacramento, which is where I live, to the Bay Area, it takes over an hour's drive. It takes an hour and a half to almost close to 2 hours. And the traffic is because of traffic. It has nothing to do with the distance. It's because of traffic. Now, the reason why my daughter only lives an hour away from us, and she lives in the Bay Area itself, on the outskirts there, very close by Berkeley, and very close by Oakland. We take what we call a back road here, and I know they have some of those down in the South in the United States and in some other parts of the United States, but we take what we call the back road, and it runs along the river, which outlets into the Bay Area. Well, that's the way we take, and it takes about 55 minutes to an hour to get there, which is so nice. The only problem with that back road is you can only go 55, and it's only one lane going south, and one lane on going each direction, east and west. So that is the only drawback, but it does take less time, believe it or not, to get there. Even driving 50, you can still get there within an hour. So with that said, this is how we communicate with each other. And, you know, she has a busy life. That's another reason why I don't go out that often, because she has a very busy life. She has 2 children of her own. And that's my oldest. And then my youngest is going to school down in Southern California getting her master's degree. So that's why we do this. And we do this average at least twice a week. And it's funny because sometimes we do it more, but it depends on what's going on. So, but anyway, so I just thought I'd give you a little brief history as to why we're excited about the technology now, because we can also share screens when we're on FaceTime with each other. We can, you know, one of us could pause it, you know, whatever, where we take a break or something like that, or go somewhere. You know, we can do a lot now with the new iPhones, and we really enjoy doing that. There's a lot more you can do on these iPhones now, and I've had my iPhone for over a decade, different iPhones. Right now, I just recently, and I broke down and got the iPhone 13 Pro Max. My goodness, I am so happy I did that. I love that phone, and it pairs really easily, very well with my Apple Watch, which I also broke down and got in January. So yes, I'm all technology up. I don't know if there's such a term as technology up, but I'm going to use it today. Technology up. I am completely technology up. And if anybody has ever been on my other channel, the Collegiate Adventures, I have I have a desk set up because this is where I tend to do a lot of my voiceovers for my videos. I do all my video editing. I do all this stuff. And if anybody has been on my channel, I have revamped my whole entire area, and it looks like a technology, you know, like a place where technology has come to just chill and kick back and have a cup of coffee. And I have my TV mounted on the wall in that room. I have a big screen for my computers, and I say computers with an S. Yes, I have 2 of those, and I have it mounted up. The TV mounted up. My screen, my monitor is up high. Everything is so that I won't hurt my back. I don't hurt my neck. I mean, I have it set up to where it's very comfortable for me, and I really like it in there. I spent a lot of time in there, especially during the pandemic. It wasn't like that during the pandemic exactly, but during the pandemic, around about after the first semester of school, I decided to make a study area in that room, and that was the latter half of the shutdown of 2020. And I got a standing desk in there. You could stand, you could sit, you know. I mean, I really seriously got that place set up to where I can study and do whatever I need to do. And especially, it's going to work out good when I decide to go to law school. But we're going to be done with that, and we're going to talk about what I'm doing because that's really what we're here for. So right now I am in that room and I am doing this voiceover, but I am, like I said, once again, loving doing this, using this collection. So what I've done is I've put some vellum pieces. I've tried to figure out how I wanted it to sit, and you could see it a little bit further back that I was having a little bit of challenges of how I wanted it to be set up. And so that's what I'm doing right now, and I'm putting it all together. I've picked out everything I wanted, and I'm kind of rearranging it on here. I have a couple vellum pieces on here that I really like. And one of them is that the flag tail, right there at the end there underneath the photo, the black with the gold foiled flowers on the end of it. I really like that piece. And then the other one, it looks like a notebook paper. So that is pretty much what I decided to use for this layout. And then these tags, or labels, I should say. And I forgot to put them underneath here so you can see me lifting them up. And sometimes I do that, and I don't understand why I do that. I want to use it, and then I end up, oh no, I forgot to put it under there, and I end up lifting it up. So if any of you have that same challenge, please comment below, because I tell you, I do that just about every single time, and I don't understand. It's like me making a U-turn at the corner here down the street, right here between there's another street and my where it butts up here, and I just make a U-turn right there all the time. I know I'm not supposed to, but it's so convenient. It's a habit. Anyway, so now I'm taking some of the chipboard pieces here that are in the kit, and I'm putting them along here to give it a little bit more decoration and some, to fill in those areas that I really like. Now, I like this chipboard set because it's not super thick. It is thin and it's nice, and it's got gold foil on it, and it's got a lot of words on it and phrases on it that are pretty cool. I don't have the layout in front of me right now, but I am super stoked about this. I actually want to go back and get some more of this. Now, like I said to you, I had started back up scrapbooking because I took a long hiatus from it because I just wasn't finding the motivation. Everything was looking the same. And then I decided to go ahead, you know what? I am a subscriber of Allie Edwards. Let me go ahead and just start doing that. And I did. I'm like, okay. And that brought back a lot of motivation. And then this Fernwood collection comes out, and I was like, oh, yeah. Now, I don't subscribe to any kits. I don't subscribe to any other, I used to subscribe to like Project Life stuff, and I don't do that anymore. I got enough Project Life cards to last me a lifetime. I'm good. And I also can make my own if I need to, and I've done it before in the past. So I decided to break down and get this one, and I liked it because I was attracted to the colors in it. I love my greens, I love my light browns, I love my tans, and I love the different shades of them all together. And I think that's what it is. I was very attracted to this, and a lot of her the papers that are in the paper pad has these colors and things like that in it, and I was very attracted to it. And I also love this puffy sticker set because, as you can see, I use the stories of us, but I use the stories where it's written in cursive, and then of us is just a print. What I really like about this puffy sticker set is these arrows. The arrows are so cool, and I'm going to be using them on this layout. You'll see here in a minute. But I really like those arrows. And I was like, wow, I wish they just make a sheet of just all these kinds of arrows in gold, just like this, going every direction like these and doing the swirlies. My goodness, that would be so awesome. And I would buy packs of those. I really would, because I love arrows. And I just like the way they worked on this layout. And so I used them on here, and I was like, this is great. I wish, I'm glad I did that. So started putting them down. As you can see, I put the squiggly one down first, pointing towards the stars and the title, The Stories of Us. And then I was like, oh, I like the other arrow. And then I was trying to figure out how I was going to use it. And I was like, okay, so while I'm doing that, I'm just sticking down the rest of the puffies, like the stars and the hearts, filling in some of the gap areas there that I wanted to have covered up. And you see me, I'm drumming my fingers because I'm watching a movie, and it's actually Mamma Mia, and I like the music on it, the ABBA. A lot of people are like, oh my God. But yeah, I like the music to that movie, so I'm watching Mamma Mia. And so you probably saw my fingers kind of drumming and moving around on the desk a little earlier because I love the music in that movie so much, and I watch it a lot. So alrighty, so now I'm trying to figure out if I want to put this index card on it, which is also part of the ephemera that came in the pack, but I changed my mind. It said it's too big, it's taken away, and I decided no. And so I'm going to make a decision to do something else down in that lower corner there. And I'm putting some of these gold enamel dots that were in my stash. They did not come with the kit. I pulled those from out of my stash and decided to go ahead and use them. I used to have a lot of those. I'm not sure if I actually used them or if I misplaced them. I need to go and look and see if I can find them. But I'm putting those on, and one is getting stuck and don't want to go down. And so, you get stuck in your nails. It just wouldn't work. It's like, what the heck? So that's what I'm doing up there, trying to get that down. And so in this corner, I decided to go ahead and write some information talking about my daughters, how much they call me, the technology that is available to us now so that we can actually talk to each other face to face. And I really enjoy that. And I'm one who will embrace technology. I mean, yes, I may have a slight little bitty I say little bitty complaint about it at first, but then once I start using it, then I'm super stoked about it and I like it, and I like to keep up with it too. So I'm up with a lot of technology. I know how to use a lot of technology. I've learned how to use my Procreate app on my iPads really well. I make my own thumbnails now. I've learned how to do my lower thirds, and if anybody's not familiar with a lower third, I'm going to start putting those here on my channel as well, probably on my very next video, and you will see, and I'll make sure I point that out. If those who are familiar with lower thirds, they know how complicated they are to make. And if you don't know how to make them, you can actually purchase them, but purchasing them, I think, is a ripoff. So when it's very easy to learn how to make your own. So that is one of the things that I know how to do with my lower thirds. And that's the one thing that I did decide. So it's funny that we're talking because my daughter is calling me right now, so we're gonna pause this. Alrighty, I am back. I just got finished talking with my daughter on the phone. We were talking about some events that she had when she went on her anniversary trip with her husband, and so she was just telling me what was going on with that. But anyway, so back to that. Like I said, I am super happy about technology. Technology has been wonderful for me. I know a lot of people are not feeling the same way about technology, but I'll be honest with you guys, I am fine with it. I mean, I do embrace the change. I do embrace everything about it. And so that's why I talk about it a lot. So, all right. So here I am done with the layout. Now I need something to put in that vacant spot down there that's below the photo and where all the wording is and things like that. So I'm going to put something right there where the little green patch is. And I found something that I want, and so I'm looking for it. I didn't know which part of this ephemera pack that it was in, but I'm going to put something down there. And so now that I'm done with this, I'm going to make sure that I get the other layout up. And I just want to encourage you guys, if you have any questions or any concerns regarding the anything that I'm doing on these layouts or anything like that, or where I got something or how I'm doing it or whatever the case may be, feel free. Just go ahead and ask me. I promise you I will get back to you as soon as possible. I usually answer all my comments within 24 to 48 hour time period. So I want to make sure that I do connect with you guys when I am doing this work here or doing my layouts and things like that. So I just wanted to let you know that. Sorry I paused there a little bit because I was looking at something out the window. I am the nosiest neighbor, I swear. I know I'm going on a tangent right now, but I swear I feel like I am the nosiest neighbor that ever roamed this earth sometimes, because I know everything that goes on in my neighborhood. Because when the pandemic was in 2020, I was home. I mean, we were all home, and I found out quite a bit about my neighbors that I didn't know about before the pandemic. So I think it's hilariously funny. But anyway, I don't do it to gossip or anything like that. I just kind of like, oh, okay, you know. And my window's right here. You could see the street, for crying out loud. And then my other window that's in my scrap room is facing all the other houses on the other side there. So I get like a panoramic view pretty much of everybody around me, the front, the side, the back, the other side. I mean, I see everything. And it's funny because my neighbors are really nice and everything and stuff, but I tell you, boy, it's nothing like knowing about your neighbors. I'll just put it that way. Anyway, so what I'm doing right now with my layout is I am putting That was a little tangent. Sorry about that. But I am putting some lines here to encompass the layout. What it does is it draws your eye to the center of the layout when there are darker lines on the outside that you put on your layout. So, and this is a fun technique. I mean, I've been doing this technique forever and a day. I don't do it on every layout, but in this particular one, because it's so much going on in the background, I decided to go ahead and outline it so that it'll draw your eye into the center of the layout. And there you have it. I am pretty much done. I'm going to do some squiggly lines here in the end just to give it a little decoration, and I'm done. Thank you guys for hanging out with me today. And if you have any questions, like I said, or concerns or anything you want to ask me, feel free to leave them down below. And you have a great and wonderful, wonderful rest of your week, day, month, and I will see you later. Bye, guys.